We have 24 clinics this coming academic year. The clinics are available to 2L and 3L students at the University of Minnesota, and students have to have completed their first year and be in good standing in order to enroll in a clinical course. Law students have had a wide variety of experiences in the law clinics at the University of Minnesota. For example, they regularly go to court. They regularly go to both state and federal court because a lot of our clients, we serve an indigent and working poor population. A lot of our clients have problems, whether they're family, civil, work-related, employment-related problems, and they need legal representation. And so we meet that need by training our law students to represent people in court. In many of our clinics, students work on files together. They are charged with dividing tasks based on what interests them the most or what they may be best at. So they're learning how to collaborate within our clinical program with other professionals who all are working together to serve the client. Our law students have had some really unique opportunities through their clinical programs. One really unique experience was the Mullooly case, which went to the United States Supreme Court. And the law students who worked on the briefs and organizing information and they worked their hearts out on that case, and it paid off because it was a great result for the client. The thing to keep in mind about those really incredible accomplishments is the students who have those opportunities are very invested in their clinical experience. They take ownership of their files, and practicing law excites them. And so it's exciting for the supervising attorney to work with those students. It is equally as exciting, I think, for a student to represent a single individual in state court and achieve a really great result for that person. The student never forgets that first client, and they certainly never forget what they learned. And I think every single student should try and take a clinic, because being involved in a clinic does two primary things. One of the things it does is it increases the students' learning exponentially across all their other courses, because the theory that they learned about in their first year now comes into practice, and they get a very concrete sense of what these words mean in these cases that they read as a 1L, and they have just a framework for understanding their cases. They have a framework for understanding the theoretical comments from their other professors. So it increases your learning just across the board. The second reason clinics are so valuable is that students develop a sense of what lawyers do, a really realistic sense of what lawyers do, from organizing a file, which someday they'll be able to delegate that task to somebody else, but first they have to know how it's done, to putting together a trial binder in preparation for a hearing. We demystify the practice for our law students, and they understand that every single accomplishment is broken down into a series of small tasks, and if you do each of those in an excellent way, you will do a really good job for your client. I think one of the greatest things about the University of Minnesota Law School that I've experienced personally, and then the students that I work with experience by virtue of me having experienced it, is just the ability to do pretty much whatever our imaginations can inspire us to do. We have created clinics, we've redesigned clinics, we've expanded clinics. When I talk to other clinical professors about their programs, they will say, well, we don't do that, or we don't do that. And I think to myself, well, we'll try that. I mean, we'll try almost anything. And if it doesn't work, we won't keep doing it. And if it does work, we'll keep doing it and we'll expand it. And the students, by benefit, get this incredibly energetic, dynamic learning experience.